So in the world of editing, there are a lot of terms that can be hard to learn. So this video is really to talk to you about 4 different options you have if you are wanting to work with an editor. So there are 4 different main categories of services that editors provide. Number 1 would be something we'd call book coaching. And this has a lot of different incarnations. I'll talk to you about a few of those. Secondly is editing itself. Third is something we call doctoring, and 4th is collaborative writing, aka ghost writing. So what do I mean from each of these and what can you expect? When you are getting a coach, the coach may review a little bit of your content, but certainly is not going to read your whole book. They're not going to do any hands-on work at all. They're going to hop on the phone with you and talk to you about what they read and what they suggest from you. They may actually ask you a bunch of questions to make sure you have everything you need in terms of the information or your idea, etc. And then they're going to guide you verbally over the phone or over Zoom. So that's coaching. Now, you might be asking them to do something like our idea to outline package, which is where we help you make sure you really have the right idea and then guide you toward you writing an outline. Or maybe it's a different type of coaching. We do accountability coaching where we keep you accountable for reaching your goals, the things that you want to do, the pages you say you're going to write, etc. So there's a variety of different types of coaching that we do. But regardless, it's always over the phone. We don't do a deep dive with your content. It's mostly just to touch in and get a sense of what it is that you're doing, and we give you advice. All right? The second is editing. Editing is where we actually go into your work, whether it's a partial manuscript that you want help with, a full manuscript, a book proposal. We are going to get in there with you and we're going to talk to you about what is working, what's not working, and what we'd like to see more of. Generally speaking, we have 2 different phases of editing that we try to package together because you kind of need both. Developmental editing, which is where we're going to be writing you an editorial letter. We might put some comments in the margins of your manuscript, but we are reading every single word and we're giving you advice on how it's working, how it's hanging together as a big picture, what we would want to see more of so that the book could really land with agents, publishers, and of course the end user, the reader themselves. Then we move into what we call line editing. And this is where we go line by line and we work on your book. We are in there, we're making suggestions for clarity, for grammar, and for flow. We want to make sure that when someone picks up your book, there is nothing that stops them from flowing in from one sentence to the next. And that's what line editing is all about. So this is hands-on. As you can see, it is a much bigger project for the editor, and it is so much more value for you than just doing coaching. Coaching is often a good place to start, but really when you have something that you're ready to put into the world, bringing on an editor, there's just honestly nothing like it. It will give you so much more value. All right, so then we move into something we call doctoring. What is doctoring? So you can think about doctoring as the editing phase where we actually make the changes for you. We do the revision. So maybe you've got a lot of big ideas or you've been able to download a manuscript, but when we read it, we see, this doesn't flow together. You need more transitions. You need to move this part to this part. You need to really rework this and in some cases rewrite. That is something that a lot of authors would rather not do themselves. They listen to the suggestions and they say, yes, that actually works for me. Will you please do it for me? And then we come in, we put on our gloves like a doctor, we go in there and we do surgery on your book. We take it apart and we put it back together for you. So it's not that we're writing it because it's already mostly been written, although some pieces we may write, but it's definitely more than editing because editing, we say, here's what we would like you to do and we hand it back to you and you do it. So this is where we are taking on the revision process ourselves and we are doctoring it up for you. And then the last and final category is collaborative writing, or it's also called ghost writing. We've rebranded it a bit because people think ghost makes it sound somehow shady. In the publishing business, 0% shady. Everyone knows that probably 40% of books that are out there, nonfiction books, and maybe even more, are written by someone whose name is not on the cover. Why would that be? It's because the author who brings the ideas, the voice, and the vision is not always a great writer. And you need to be a great writer, like above average, extraordinary level writer, professional level writer, in order to compete with all the professionally written books that are on the shelf. There is no shame in this whatsoever inside the publishing business. It's a known quantity and publishers love it. They love hearing you are committed enough to your book and helping the world and helping that readership to bring bring on someone who has the writing skill to really execute it right out of the gate without the editors at the publishing company having to do a lot of work. That is big because they are overloaded. So that is the ghostwriting / collaborative world. And that's where we take, your information. You can send it to us in the form of blog posts or audio that you've recorded of a workshop you did, or video that you've recorded, or we will talk to you over the phone and record it ourselves and then use that content. And what you're getting there is a professional level writer who has written books before. They're doing that as a career. They're truly the top of the game, and you're getting that level of expertise in putting your ideas and voice on the page. So if that's what you are, looking at, it really is, in my view, the best value. It's also the most time, obviously, and the most effort on the part of the person you're hiring. So it is going to be the most expensive. But if you have the budget for it, truly, and you're not a professional writer yourself, it is always a good investment. And again, as I said, in the publishing industry, it is kind of known for being your sign of commitment, if you're not a professional writer, to making sure that this book is going to work, because it's a big investment, right? All right, so just to recap, coaching says, hey, I'm going to hop on the phone with you and tell you what I think about the content that I read and help guide you. Editing says, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to show you and really give you very specific marching orders for what I would have you do. Doctoring says, I am going to do it for you. I will tell you what I think you should do. You give me the sign off, and then I'm going to go in and do it for you. And ghostwriting says, you can just give me the information in whatever way works for you, whether that's talking on the phone or delivering me content, and I am going to create for you a professional book that will compete with other professionally written books that are already out there on the shelf. I hope this is helpful. We do all of these things. We love doing all of them, and we would love to help you in any way. So please don't hesitate to schedule a call with us at KN Literary Arts if any of these things sounds like it would help you on your book journey. All right, looking forward to hearing from you. And in the meantime, keep writing.